Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Be a long day for you. Check it back or check it back.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
Demarius Randall's a versatile player. Played both safety and cornerback in college. They're using those same skills in the NFL.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
It's going to be a long day.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
56. Check 56.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson. It's caught. This is White. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Jackson. This is White on the screen. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 21. They'll run on first down. Vaughn. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. On 2nd and 7, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Oh, we got it. We got it.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Mayfield on play action. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. First carry for Nick Chubb. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 14 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
I'm coming back.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Yeah, impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That
Thank
means
you.
2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On first down, it's Vaughn. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an en route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Still a lot to be determined in terms of their final seeding. We do know they'll be in the playoffs, but in what shape, what capacity, we're not sure. But here, ready for a sports cliche, and then just take them one game at a time, right?
Yeah, they have to. And look, the thing about cliches, they've been proven over time. All right, we know that. So, yes, take it one game at a time, but make sure that there's no let up, no getting off the gas, right? No mental letdowns, because each one is important for them to accomplish their goals.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I know you felt that one.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start the drive with White. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The numbers for White a week ago: 15 carries, 66 yards.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front are creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Jackson trying to lay one into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need?
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 24 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Mayfield. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive spanned 5 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this one goes nowhere, losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
On 2nd down, it's White. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Jackson. And a dump off to White. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Corey Littleton leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. And he fires one, but incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to... And oh, he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive starts with a run by White. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now a hit and a loose football.
There we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You don't want no problems.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Browns on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
All day, baby, let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Jackson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. The stop was made by Jannard Avery. On 2nd down now, it's Vaughn. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now it's Jackson. It's complete. James White. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Time to go, night. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Mayfield on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete as well.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tight end right. 4 down.
To throw again, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Jackson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. It got his man complete.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Mayfield now, and he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down. Mayfield from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jannard Avery has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Get the ball. Single, 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 single. Check number 7.
Mayfield on play action. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. On the delay, here's Harris. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. On the return, Harris. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
At the 40-yard line.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. They go play action. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. And again, it's Chubb. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 38, Jackson throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Jackson now off the bootleg. Looking sideline, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they let you play.
Jackson going to throw again. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Jackson will throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. That's taken in by Henderson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
53, come on. 53, check 53.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Game, baby.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
A run for Nick Chubb. Still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. From the 27, Mayfield starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. This is Harris. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Jackson looking to throw on third. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Go, go, go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw again is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And Jackson throwing once more. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike.
Jackson on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Henderson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
That QB's trash. Let's go.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This will be coming back. So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Call it a 3-yard gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Keep playing hard, fellas.
On 3rd down, Gill. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
4th down, here's Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Larry Ogunjobi. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here it comes.
They run it again with Chubb.
Go, 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 run, run.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Mayfield now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
Let's go.
And the Ravens taking the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
Good for a Browns first down.
Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
No problem for me. 50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
Let's get some penetration here.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Browns, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles